Hey, did you know? I have merch now! Get some sick shirts, hoodies, and a lot more. New designs every month. TheAnimeMan.merchforall.com. Links in the description. Rep that weeb shit, boy!
Yeah.
How's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. Yeah, I know. Here we go again. Joey the Anime Man going out of his way to fearmonger the casuals into believing that the anime industry is falling apart again. Oh no! Only you can prevent forest fires and the Japanese from stopping to make their anime. Apparently. To be completely honest with you all right off the bat, that was just a little bit of clickbait into baiting you guys to actually watch these videos because, let's be honest, if I didn't, then y'all motherfuckers wouldn't even click on this video to begin with. Hey, don't blame me. This is YouTube 2018, motherfucker. You gotta trick the kids into eating their vegetables. In all honesty, you can take this video as more of my think piece on the recent landscape of anime in the West. More specifically, the landscape of the anime streaming landscape and how one company and service in particular is absolutely destroying the competition in every sense of the word. And if you've read the title of this video and know about the large amounts of news that I have spread all over my Twitter page, shameless plug, then you will know that I am of course talking about the almighty, all-powerful Netofurikosu. I think it's not too much to say that 2018 has kind of been the year of the Netflix anime insurgency. The anime streaming wars, if you will. There have been a number of contestants and empires going head to head with each other to get all of the streaming rights to call themselves the king of the anime streams. But it's just kind of incredible how in the past couple of years, and especially 2018, how Netflix has just kind of rocked up and basically Roman Empired the fuck out of everybody. Smarter moves, bigger power, large impact. But it seems that a lot of people in the anime community are very polarized about this particular greater power of stepping into the battlefield, especially with the number of questionable decisions that they've happened to make over the last couple of years concerning anime. I mean, just within the last month or so, there have specifically been two pieces of news that have been announced by the folks over at Netflix that have been taken massively positively and massively not so positively. Let's start with the good news first because I don't really want to make everybody feel like shit right from the beginning. The massively good piece of news that Netflix has announced is that they have acquired the rights to stream Neon Genesis Evangelion, the original 1997 TV series and the first two films of the franchise, Death and Rebirth and The End of Evangelion. Fuck yes! That was my honest reaction because it really is an amazing feat of accomplishment from Netflix. Because no matter how you look at it, this piece of news from Netflix can really only be taken as a positive. It really doesn't matter if you say that you're not necessarily a fan of Neon Genesis Evangelion, in which case
you're dead to me.
And it doesn't even matter if you're one of those people who has seen everything that NGE has to offer, including all of the movies, and don't really feel like rewatching it over on Netflix. This is amazing news because NGE has been out of production in the West for the past 10 years. And the only way that people were able to watch it legally or own it legally is to buy out-of-date DVDs and box sets that are like as expensive as selling your first child, trust me. Not only that, but there have been no known legal ways to stream or watch Neon Genesis Evangelion online through streaming services until today, obviously. It was like Hideaki Anno was just sitting there swiping left on all of these Western streaming services and then saw Netflix and was like, damn, look at that hot piece of ass, swipe right. It's honestly incredible how Netflix was able to acquire the rights to such a massively popular cult series like Neon Genesis Evangelion. Like, I can't even imagine how much it must have cost Netflix to get those guys to sign away that contract. Like, I'm honestly just imagining Hideaki Anno and Gainax are just fucking Uncle Scrooging it right now, dude, I swear to God. But the reason why I'm especially super happy with this acquisition is not only the fact that I am as well a massive Neon Genesis Evangelion fan, but because this is potentially just the tip of the iceberg for anime on Netflix. Over the past year, we've seen how serious Netflix has been in terms of stepping into the anime community, stepping into the anime sphere in terms of streaming anime content. By not only acquiring existing popular and highly demanding IPs of anime, but also how they're willing to experiment with anime content with live action adaptations and Netflix originals. I mean, yes, we're not completely gonna ignore the bad apples in the orchard, cough cough, Netflix Death Note, but as they say, you can't have success without a little bit of failure. I mean, just look at the massive successes that Netflix has managed to birth in terms of anime content content. Devilman Crybaby, Agretzko, Be the Beginning, Castlevania. Even the fact that they had exclusive streaming rights to such beautiful anime series like Violet Evergarden. And now with the news of the acquisition of this, what was otherwise seen as this unbreakable fortress of an anime known as Neon Genesis Evangelion, who knows what Netflix is going to acquire next? The fact that this immovable object was shifted by this unstoppable force is, I think, going to start to give some hints to other rights holders of some classic series to kind of slip into Netflix's DMs over the next couple of years. I'm not saying that it's necessarily going to happen, but hey, it's definitely a possibility. And that's fucking awesome. Like, can you imagine the day that finally us anime fans all over the world can finally stop relying on using those ugly as fuck illegal streaming sites that give you like 900 million pop-ups every time you go onto it. Like, I swear to God, I get more viruses by using sites like that in a day than prostitutes get in their entire lifetime. And again, I'm not saying that Netflix is going to one day own all existing IPs, because we know that some rights holders in Japan are very, very anal about giving away rights and publications over to Western productions. But hey, it is definitely a big possibility. And they've definitely shown that possibility and their strength in terms of the power that they have to get rights and to get different anime IPs from the West. Weird flex, but I'm totally okay with it. But of course, with every positive piece of news, there is an always equal and opposite negative piece of news. Because literally a day or so after Netflix announced their acquisition of NGE, they also announced that they are going to be making a live-action Cowboy Bebop TV series.
Oof.
Yeah, let's just say that the anime community was not all that positive with that piece of news. Now look, I completely get it. Live action adaptations haven't had the greatest track record, and Netflix is definitely not out of that question. I mean, as hilarious and ridiculous as it was, Netflix's Death Note adaptation, which I did a whole video on, links in the description, is still utter trash. Let's not lie to ourselves, that movie was an abomination in every sense of the word. And other Western Hollywood adaptations like Ghost in the Shell, while having very good production quality and big stars in its name, certainly didn't give us the most positive reviews out there. I mean, fuck, if the Japanese can't even adapt their own shit correctly, then it's certainly a high hurdle for everybody else in the world. The only kind of, I guess, positive news that came out of this whole live-action Cowboy Bebop debacle is that they announced that Watanabe Shinichiro, who is the original writer for the Cowboy Bebop series, is going to be put into the staff of this live-action adaptation in the role of a counselor, which, let's be real, doesn't really mean jack shit. But GG's to Netflix for at least attempting to calm the Sakugatards down. Since it's everybody and their mothers is probably going to talk shit about this whole live-action Cowboy Bebop thing, because that's how the anime community loves to react, I'm gonna try and spin this abominable piece of news into as much of a positive as I possibly can. By putting it on a site like Netflix, which predominantly is made up of a demographic that doesn't really watch anime, or doesn't even really know what the fuck anime or Japanese productions are. Well, potentially, if the TV series happens to be even a little bit positive in any way, get introduced to the world of Cowboy Bebop, get introduced to what Cowboy Bebop is, potentially watch the actual original TV series, and then from there might be a gateway to watch other types of anime that Netflix and the world of anime has to offer. Because as much as the Netflix Death Note movie sucked, it was a fact that from the massive amount of talkability that that movie created, that I feel that a lot of people who were on Netflix kind of got introduced to what Death Note was. Yes, although it wasn't the greatest introduction to the TV series, I'm certain that there was at least a few people who watched the Netflix Death Note movie and was like, oh, this is based off a thing called an anime? I should go check that out. Look, I know I might be like way too optimistic, but give me a break, alright? I'm trying my fucking best to maintain this smile during such a tragic situation. I think I speak on behalf of a lot of anime fans, and especially a lot of Cowboy Bebop fans, in saying that the one thing that I really want Netflix to do, the one thing that I am just so worried about with this live action adaptation, is if that one person is going to be involved with making this live-action adaptation. And no, I'm not talking about Keanu Reeves, as awesome as that would be. No, I am of course talking about the legendary composer of the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack, Yoko Kanno. I think it goes without saying, and you can ask this to any Cowboy Bebop fan, or rather any anime fan, that Cowboy Bebop without Yoko Kanno is not Cowboy Bebop. Because one aspect that everybody who watched Cowboy Bebop unanimously loved was the beats and tunes that Yoko Kanno created to liven up that entire world and series. No matter how you decide to spin it, music is extremely important in bringing to life a adaptation, or I guess a re-adaptation of a beloved series. Just look at how much us Fully Cooley fans were relieved when we found out that with the new Fully Cooley series, they brought back the Pillows to do the music. Like, I genuinely won't give two shits if this series sucks or not, so long as they bring back Yoko Kanno to do the music. Netflix,
I beg you.
we know what we're talking about. We know how to make this toxic as fuck anime community calm down. We know how to make them happy and satisfied. Just bring back Yoko Kanno to do the music and everything will be fine. But while you're at it, also bring Keanu Reeves. That would be a sight to behold. All in all, I'm just hoping that with the acquisition of these two series, Netflix will start to be a little bit more open to catering to all sorts of anime fans and expanding on their otaku portfolio. Because if they can get Neon Genesis Evangelion, then why not get the rights to some other classic series or some other more niche stuff? I personally would love to see the acquisition of series like Ghost in the Shell, like an absolute cult classic for fans in the West. Maybe get some Paranoia Asian, or in fact anything done by Satoshi Kon. And you saw how much of a success Devilman Crybaby was, so maybe get some other series by Masaaki Yuasa like Tatami Galaxy or Kaiba. The possibilities are endless because the fan bases are endless. You're catering to the casuals fine right now, that's all well and dandy, but now it's time to cater to those hardcore elites who still think that anime on Netflix is just a weird emo phase in their lives. Look, it might seem like I'm majorly sucking Netflix's dick, even though they've had, as I said, a lot of questionable decisions on acquiring rights and making readaptations and live actions of different series. But I'm doing this right now because I genuinely have a lot of faith for Netflix. They've been able to do some shit just within the last couple of years that other streaming sites that have been around for 5 to 10 years have not even been close to achieving. They've shown us what they can do in 2018. I'm just looking forward to how hot the engine is going to get revved up in 2019 and the years to come. Also, I'm still waiting on that sponsorship, Netflix. Call me. But guys, let me know what you think about all of this. Do you think that what Netflix is doing with anime is a good thing for the community and industry, or do you see some potential problems in their ways of going? Also, if you could request to Netflix to add one anime series that they currently don't have, what anime would you like to see them have? I'm really interested to see and hear all of your opinions, so make sure to let me know all that kind of stuff in the comments below. Also, I have merch now, yay! We have a bunch of t-shirts, some hoodies, and some more designs to come next year. I'm hoping to get at least one new design per month added to that store for you lovely motherfuckers. So if you would like to buy what we currently have on there, then go to theanimeman.merchforall.com or click in the link in the description below. Also, special thank you to my lovely patrons for this month: Ian Gardner, Kai Bowen, Little Thimble, Ray Kabato, Zieg Tonanami, Ross, Nightshade, Stefan Seiniger, Bogdan Aksenenko, Crescentia, Iochi, Chris Turanek, Steve Lamb, and everybody else on my Patreon who supports me every single month. If you would like to see the finished script for this video as well as some other cool shit that I have coming for this month, then the best place to support your boy is over on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/theanimeman or links in the description if you want to check it out. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. As always, like and favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe for more anime banner, and I'll see you guys in the next video of whatever I make. Keep watching anime. Ciao!